on Mirror now, our top focus of the hour. The government of Pakistan has hiked petrol and diesel prices by 35 Pakistan rupees per litre, which means that now the new price of petrol is 249.80 Pakistan rupees per litre and diesel is 262.80 Pakistan rupees per litre. Now, the announcement was made by the country's Finance Minister Ishaq Dar, who said the new fuel prices will come into effect from 11 a.m. on 29 January. Additionally, the price of kerosene oil and light diesel oil were increased by 18 PKR per litre. Remember, rumours of fuel price hike had been floating around in Pakistan, which is struggling with financial and food crisis. Reports suggest that the country is in desperate need of the next 1 billion tranche of the IMF's bailout program. Let me cut across to my colleague Shinjoy to get us the latest on this. Shinjoy, very good evening. It seems like a worrying concern for Pakistan in terms of their economic crisis at the moment. What more can you tell us?
Undoubtedly worrying. In fact, the Indian middle class, which complains, and quite rightly, about high petroleum prices, actually will have to look at the Pakistani prices. 250 rupees a litre for petrol, 262 rupees for diesel. But things could get worse because Pakistan has only started negotiations with the IMF. And if you're going to start negotiating with the IMF for loans, it means cut in subsidies. If you're going to cut subsidies, then prices of lots of things will go up. And if prices of lots of things go up, the people will be further burdened. Now, can Pakistan do what it actually needs to do, which is cut military spending? The military consumes a huge amount of Pakistan's resources. Again and again, the military gets first priority. Now, as long as that continues, the Pakistan economy, shaky as it always is, will be under further pressure. It's impossible to believe how many times Pakistan has gone to international institutions since 1947, which basically shows that the problem is endemic. And not only does it go to international institutions, it goes to the last few friendly countries left, like China, Saudi Arabia, and so on, with a begging bowl. Now, how often will the Chinese come to Pakistan's aid? How often will the Saudis do it? Or the Qataris do it, or anyone do it? The problem is with Pakistan itself. High military spending, which is leading to problems, and of course, mismanagement of the economy, and also the way Pakistan is governed. The number of items that are luxury items are brought in every so often. If there is so much expenditure on luxury items, like designer handbags and so on, then how will the people of Pakistan, the ordinary people, prosper? These are things that the Pakistani government will have to look at. But can the Pakistan government cut military expenditure? The answer is probably no. Can the government cut expenditure on luxury items? Again, because of the way that the society is structured, probably no. So it's a difficult situation. The only problem is that it's going to get even worse.
Shinjoy, as you point that out, we've also seen, just if we talk about the subcontinent as well, when Sri Lanka also did go through that economic crisis. So just to talk about the subcontinent, because these are, of course, India's neighbors, how do you read into the context of the situation overall right now?
Well, the situation in Sri Lanka was entirely different. The Sri Lankan crisis was really because of two or three things. One was a decision, sudden and also difficult, to stop the use of fertilizers. When you stop the use of fertilizers and go on organic, then what happens is, the way it was done, food production fell dramatically. Secondly, the problem was because of the lack of use of fertilizers, the production of tea, which is a primary export, fell dramatically. Thirdly, again, because of COVID, there was no tourism in Sri Lanka. Again, problems happened. The foreign exchange reserves also fell dramatically. Now, the Sri Lankans, terrible as it was a one-off case, you could argue. But the Pakistani problem is more endemic because of years and years of economic problems and the way the military has taken over the resources and also other problems. The Pakistan economy faces serious crisis and will continue to face crises again and again. Sri Lanka may survive. It may not have another problem the way it had, but Pakistan will continue to face these crises unless it changes direction. And it's very hard for Pakistan to change direction the way it is.
And Shinjoy, before I let you go, just to look at the next steps forward for Pakistan, how do you read into this politically as well for them?
Well, first of all, when the loans from international institutions come in, the big thing that will happen will be a cut in subsidies. And if you're going to cut subsidies, then the prices of lots of things will go up and essentials will go up. If that happens, there will be disaffection. There is already disaffection, it's going to get worse. And who will benefit from it? Because the elections are a year away. The principal beneficiary is likely to be Imran Khan and his party.
Right. Thank you, Shinjoy, for all those details and also breaking down into context for our viewers. But for the moment, we leave it at that and shift our focus to other news. In fact, that we're